You know what? I am a stick in the mud on the heels of that woe is me post about being about being me. Let's try some happy stories. All right? Come on. Let's try it. We have a new subscriber. There's a new member of the fold. We are 16 in toto now. Okay? You know what's really nice? Well, before I get started, let me say this about that. Thank you, Maryland State Police, for all that you do. Keep me safe on the highways and byways. Because that's where you're going to find me. It's traffic. Unless, God forbid, I should have to call you for a domestic, an invasion. God forbid. Whew. What is that? Y'all cops say it's the worst kind of call. It's that domestic one. That's the one y'all hate the most. And I get it. My father. I watched my father strike my mother. Just and move. And I'm not looking for a hand. No, I'm just telling you, I understand. I understand. Thank you, Maryland State Troopers, for keeping us safe. So, yeah, you know what one of the nicest thing about, and Charles County deputies, props to my deps. Haven't really had too many run-ins with you, I'm pleased to say, because by the time I got here, I'd already been in AA for a while. Lucky you, huh? Lucky fellow citizens of Charles County, I might add. And lucky me. Lastly, lucky me there. So, yeah, one of the nicest things about being stopped by a police officer is not drinking. That is a heck of a lot better. Come on, Jared, really hell? I can't say hell. Stop it. It's this imaginary figure for those of you that haven't been following along that sits on my right shoulder. Yes, my right shoulder. Exactly. Yeah. Well, let me see. In the cartoon land, if you're looking at the TV, the guy with the pitchfork is usually, I want to say, he's on the person's right shoulder. Okay. Because I'm looking at the left there and I'm seeing the red. Okay. So... Where was I? Somebody help me. So, okay, guerrillas, Maryland State Police officers, guerrillas. Yes, I love them. Yeah, no, not that yet. Happy stories. We could do Alexandria first. I'm like, man, I was so tired, right? I was just tired. Beltway, I'm trying to do a shortcut. Get off and get on again on the Beltway. I should have known. It's Old Town, but I mean, I just didn't see it. I'm like, not Gibbon Street. Yeah, of course there is. I know you turn there. You dumb head. And I said, permission to exit my vehicle. I didn't say it all. I said, sir, may I step out of my vehicle to see this sign? He said, certainly. And of course, in good police fashion, he immediately started to back away. Okay? He immediately started to back away. That's important. It's one of the things they teach cops. Keep your distance. It's really a simple concept. Keep your distance. If you're out and about and you feel somebody is nefarious, or it gets back to that situational awareness, don't get yourself in a corner. Because as you feel this predator, I'm speaking to the ladies, and you feel this predator, you know he's there. Okay? Don't get yourself boxed into a corner. Sorry, I went down a side tear there. It's supposed to be happy stories. John, you just gravitate toward, I know. Bringer of darkness. My lawyer, in effect, called me that. I could have kissed him. Yeah, full on the lips. So, okay. So, let's keep it light. Let's do this. Yeah, so he lets me exit my vehicle. I see the no U-turn sign, and I know I'm tired. I'm going over to see one of my lawyers, okay? The big guy. I'm not going to name drop. Argues in the SCOTUS. Constitutional law. But that's all I'm going to say. Okay, so, and of course I turned to face the Alexandria police officer, and I said, "Thank you, sir." And I held out my hand, and I worked out at the time, and I weighed a bit more. and I get that a lot. So I would get that a lot from guys, and I'd be like, whoa, sir, I'm a watchmaker. I mean, I didn't have to, because when that iron grip went around my hand, I was like, I left it there for him. I just prostrate. I'm a watchmaker. So, yeah, I made my living with my hands and eyes. So, yeah, happy story, though. He just kind of grinned when I held out my hand, because I guess, he had one of them Jordan Peterson handshakes you NFL nuts know about. I'm told that guy just, I remember this Greek guy, this old man. God, he shook my hand once, and I was just like, "Sir, I'm trying to work on your clock. I need my hand." And he was just putting, oh my, it was like shaking a vice grip. I ain't lying. Like a steel vice grip. Okay, there's a digression right there. Is that a John word? Digress. I digress. A digression. Yes, that's a word, digression. One can digress. A digression is realized. Yes, I'm going to go with word on that. So, you ever been stopped at a sobriety checkpoint? I have. Again, it's nice to be stopped by the man when you're not drunk. And thank you, Heavenly Father. I haven't been drunk in a very, very long time. Thank you, AA. Yeah, man, and I'm rolling up, right? And they got their little, this is probably Officer Gray, if he ever hears this. I don't think, he may have retired by then. He was a friend of one of my friends, St. Mary's County Deputy, I think. Well, that would be John. Now, you were over in, Lusby, so shut up. Ish? I don't know. Anyway, it's a police checkpoint. And I'm driving up. And I'm getting excited. I already got my window down. Hands at 10 and 2. And he's got a little flyer in there. He looks in. It's daytime, so he doesn't need to blind me, It's daytime. And he goes, "How are you tonight, sir?" I said, "I'm fine." He said, "Have you had anything to drink tonight?" And I was like, "No, sir." I said, "And guess what?" He said, "What?" Yeah. He said, "What?" Because this cop wants to be out there handing out these flyers on this. Where was I? Down in Osborne? I'm down there near Lusby. I'm down in there. Come on, man. We're down in there. Yes, I'm sure these guys, Calvert County, I guess, deputy, whatever. Yeah, I'm sure they want to be out there. And because I said, "Guess what?" And he said, "What?" And he said, "What?" And I said, "This is my first time ever being stopped at a sobriety checkpoint." And as he's handing me the flyer, he says, "Well, I guess there's a first time for everything." I swear to God, right? I swear to God. It's like, well, yeah, there's pee. I'm thinking to myself at that point, well, yeah, I'm having a moment here, deputy, and you're peeing in my Cheerios, man. What is... I'll tell you about Froofy sometime. Now, can I work Froofy in here? We're almost at 10 minutes. Hold on. I might be able to work Froofy into this. That's for you, Clancy Pants. Oh, I might be able to. Let's see. So, we got rid of that. And I think I did all that to you. I'm pretty sure I did that. Yeah, I did. Okay, so there's that too. Put another Sharpie line through it. Be demonstrative, John. Okay, I will. So... You may remember Dr. Gorgeous I just spoke of in an earlier track. Got me going to this cigar lounge down in Leonardtown. A cigar lounge in Leonardtown. So if you sort of put the horse before the cart, then you'd have the name of the establishment. Dun, dun, dun. God, I'm clever. Look at that plug I just put in for you, J-Girl. So I want to say it was the first time down. No, I know it was. I ain't smoked a cigar in a long time. I don't know. I must have hit probably 5 or 6 Coca-Colas. And the American ones, too, with the high fructose corn syrup, because they serve the Mexican Cokes there with, like, table sugar. It's like, you can't get high on that. You'd have to slam a 6-pack of one of those 12-ounce bottles, but you actually got to take the bottle cap. Okay, so I'm going home that night after, like, let's say a 6-pack of Cokes, and 2, maybe 3 cigars. My first night. So I'm going to say 1, 2 cigars. Unfortunately, the last cigar that I smoked, okay, however many that was, wait, I got a crack. Do I need to part? Let's say, okay, just do a water. It'll be all right, because you're orating. Yeah, I know. And doing a fine job of it, too, I might add. So, I mean, it's black. That ain't no moon. It's black. It's a black night. All right, I got this sip of wobble. Because you might like this story. It's cute. So I'm coming back up 5. Black. I'm buzzing pretty good. I ain't gonna lie. I can hear the eggs frying. Okay. The white noise is ramped up to eggs frying. And I see this car behind me. I ain't even doing speed limit. 2-lane. 2-way. Country road. Double line sometimes not. That kind of road. And I see him come up a little closer than back off. And I'm probably doing, what was it? 50. And I'm probably doing 45. 11:30 at night on Saturday night. I'm sure I'm weaving because I'm fooling with something. I don't know, the radio or doing something. I don't really care. Kind of tired. I just want to get home. But I'm buzzed out, man, from this Coke, these Cokes, and these cigars. I'm buzzing. The last cigar I smoked was a Camacho, Triple Maduro. Am I saying that right? Triple Maduro. For any of you cigar aficionados out there, I would imagine the cop that eventually pulled me over at that car that was following me probably could have shined his flashlight directly into my pupil and it wouldn't have moved. It would have stayed the size of a microdot. I am sure. It was constricted. It was so cute too because, like I said, it's dark at night. Now, I'm in the Ford Escape, so I know the routine on my end because I want to be courteous. This person is doing their job. Okay? Get that through your head. This person has been hired by the state to help the state enforce the laws on the books. Boom, there it is. So don't forget that, please. It's their job. So I do my part because, one, I don't want to end up, don't do any Richard Pryor, and that's not good. I don't want to be a statistic. So I'm hitting all the cabin lights, all 4 windows, the back windows only come down halfway. Hands at 10 and 2. And I see this head kind of peeking around a little bit sheepishly because it's just him and me out there. That's right. He said, how are you doing, sir? Do you know I stopped you? I was like, no, sir, officer. Well, you were kind of weaving there a little bit. Have you had anything to drink tonight? Now, at this point, my hands are on the wheel at 10 and 2. And I got a bad neck anyway. You know about my discs, right? So it's kind of hard for me to get all the way to the window. And he's just beating around the pillar, just behind the pillar there. And I'm like, he asked, have you had anything to drink tonight? I'm like, nope. I was jacked. I was wired. Because I knew even when I got home, I was so tired. Like, well, you're going to lay there for a while until this caffeine at least gets out your system. He's like, have you had anything to drink? No. He's like, nope. I was issued a warning ticket for failure to obey posted traffic devices, the white line, the center lines, etc. Now, that officer of the law made a judgment call. He stereotyped me in the dark of night by my driving habits. He did the right thing. If it looks like a duck, and it walks like a duck, and it quacks like a duck, it's probably okay. So when you accuse police officers thoughtlessly of stereotyping or profiling, well, there's a very good reason they're doing it. You do it too. Don't make me give you any examples, because then you're just not going to like me when I do it. And I've given you enough reasons to not like me. And yet here you are still listening. And I love you too. Kiss you full on the lips, I will. You don't touch that three-lettered word. Don't even go near it. Because I think that's what got you that auto-generated AI. I think it was that three-lettered monosyllabic word that sounds like happy. I'll bet you that was the trigger word. I'm so bad. Okay, your blood pressure's going up. What time is it? 4. Okay, it's 4. It's 4-ish. Well, it's really 5. We all know that. I know, right? And don't get old and have to go through these time changes. Or the seasons. The seasons are going to kill you, trust me. Diarrhea, it will become your friend. All right, where was I? So, no! That was a fun one. This is kind of like middle of the road. Yeah, I'm coming out of California. I think I might have shared this one before. I don't know. And right above California, of course, is Hollywood. And right above that's a lot of nothing until you get to nothing, like Loveville, nothing. And then there's some more nothing. Okay, so it's like 20-something miles. And good old Southern Maryland. He lights me up. And all the state troopers now, pretty much, they all drive SUVs. And I like it. It adds to the physical, the visual deterrent. I like it. Sits them up higher, I think, them in a safer position for a head-on, or if they have to do a pit, or whatever they call that, where they got to run some off the road. Yeah, I'm all for it. They have a thankless job. I'm all for it. Can you get bulletproof glass in those vehicles? Yeah, think about it. They've gone from sedans to SUVs. At least they have here in Maryland. They're phasing out the cars, any brand of cars, and they're all going truck-like, big SUVs. Maybe it's a sign of the times, don't know. All right, let's keep these stories happy. What was the last one? Which one was the last one? I got a few here. I can squeeze in Froofy too. I should do that. Yeah, because it's kind of, he pretended he was law enforcement. Okay, I can do that. But I've got that written down. So, okay, I see it. So did I want to stay with Maryland State Troopers? So, yeah, that was fun. The cigar from St. Mary's County. I won't tell you about some of the encounters. That's the official word we use. When we have correspondence back and forth, like that would be myself and, say, a particular barracks commandant. Yeah. Or sheriff. The word encounter will come up quite a bit. The cops out there, that if anything, hear this guy, who the hell is this guy? I'm the guy you were looking for. I know, right? On a very hometown level. You know, like Dukes of Hazzard, only without her. Barbara Bach? Is that it? Don't know. So, yeah. So he pulls me over. Yeah, I had to stall till it came back around. North of the Hollywood Leonardtown Road light there in Hollywood. Lights me up. And of course, 10 and 2, like cabin like that's pretty dark. Again, probably a Saturday night. I'm coming back from Buffalo Wild Wings, please God help me. And I'm probably doing 45. I'm doing 45. I've gone through the light. It just turned green in a timely fashion, and I'm just rolling through at 45, rolling along. I'm in no hurry to get home. Where the heck am I going? It's Saturday night. I'm a bachelor. I've spent my fun for the evening with my friend. He's a good man. And so I'm really not in a hurry to go anywhere. He lights me up, pulls me over. Of course, hands are at 10 and 2, the windows are down. And he's a young buck. He's fresh. He's a cowboy. He's trying to make those first impressions. But I got to give him props. He doesn't even do the peek around the pillar. He knows at that point. I own him. I own the kid. He comes up to right abreast of me. He looks at me and he goes, "You was just driving slow tonight, weren't you?" And I looked up at him and I said, "Yeah." And of course, I've got my my credentials are in hand, including a certain permit to carry a certain item. Okay? And of course, I announced that to the officer. The moment I'm handing him my credentials, I inform him that I'm armed. Officer, I am armed. Incidentally, quick side note, whether you got a permit to carry or not, don't worry, it's long and protracted. If you're a citizen in good standing with the United States Treasury, because he who has the gold makes the rules. If the Treasury ain't got a problem with you and you've been filing your tax returns and you ain't got no F after your name, you're good to go. The rest of it's semantics. So just obey lawful orders from the police, whatever she asks you to do. Yes, even to surrendering your weapon. Because you know who they are. They don't know who you are. I'm trying to keep it light. Yeah, you were just trying slow tonight, weren't you? I was like, uh-huh. He goes, and then he tried. Oh, it was so cute. It was almost cute enough for me to ask for his business card. Almost. Just to rattle his apple cart a little bit. Well, you're just driving slow. You were driving slow, and you were forcing people to have to slam on their brakes and come. I'm like, okay. When I get a warning ticket for, I don't know. I never even looked at it. I just threw it in the back seat because I knew what it was all about. And I let the kid go. Now, the part of this story I didn't tell you, and if there is law enforcement, or if you know law enforcement, or if you love cops, please tell them about this. Now, I'm not asking you to share this. I've told you. I'm not asking for your likes. I'm not asking you for your subscription. Subscribe. If you subscribe, thank you, but I'm not asking you for it. I'm not asking you for anything. Once I announced to the young trooper, that I was armed, he said, "Where is it?" "In the glove box." And I said, "No, sir, it is on my left hip." I do believe I said, "No, sir, officer, it is on my left hip under my sweatshirt." I was wearing a cowboy sweatshirt, I think I want to say at the time. And now here's where it gets important. He stuck his head into the cabin and looked down at my hip. Remember the cop I told you about in Alexandria? Once you always ask a police officer for permission if you want to feel at liberty, you want to do anything, go pee, anything. If you're being detained and stopped, you get permission to breathe. I asked that cop in Alexandria, may I exit my vehicle and look at the roadway sign? He said yes, and what did I say he did? He started to back away. I'm keeping it light as I can, but if I can point things out along the way that helps other people out in their life, I'm doing it. I'm staying up, though. Look at me. Happy stories. Okay, so let's end on a super duper pooper happy one. Oh, Clancy Pants, you can go to pee-pee land for this too. Oh, he'll revel in this. If I die first, the moment they get through playing In My Time of Dying by Led Zeppelin, because my lawyer knows to play that, and he knows the clip, the specific clip I want from YouTube, on a big screen, or they can put it on the wall, I don't care. They can hand out glasses, Google glasses, and everybody can put on the glasses and watch it up close. I don't care. But I know Clancy Pants would get up there as part of my eulogy, and he'd deliver this very story, and it's probably not going to sound nearly as fair as I'm going to tell it to you. And I'm at 26 minutes, so I'm going to save it for another track.